about an income from other sources. An income which does not specifically fall under any other heads. We know what are the heads we are having, like income from salary, income from house property, and profits and gains from business or profession. And thus income which is not falling under all these four heads, that will be fall under the other sources. So here, which we are calling, this is the residuary head. And here, income from other source, and which one we are calling here, you can see here. Income from lotteries, gambling, horse races, betting, and crossword puzzles, or any other casual incomes, or interest on securities, or commission like family pension, royalties, director fees, subletting of house, dividend, or tuition income, or any annuity received by lending of the copyrights. So here, which we learned the last classes. So here, for example, a teacher is working in X college for the monthly voice. We can say based on the contract, we know very well there is a agreement between these two persons, and uh, for that they are paying the remuneration based on that contract. So here the owner will pay the salary to the servant, that we learn under the income from salary. For example, Mr. X is working, Mr. Suppose Suresh is working in X college for monthly wise, and if he receiving an income at the month end, such we are calling as an income from salary. For example, the same Suresh is having a tuition center, and or else is working as a part-time lecturer in Jet College. But they are also the same. But if they receiving the salary from the Jet College, we are calling as an income from other sources. And similarly, suppose if they are having an house property, Mr. X is given the house to Mr. Y. So here the X is let out to Mr. Y and is receiving the rent from Y, such we are calling here an income from house property. But Mr. Y is subletting the rent to Mr. Z in one room. Suppose he's having three rooms, two rooms is using, and one room is given to sublet. And if any income is receiving from the sublet, such income we are calling as an income from other sources. And salary received by MPs and MLAs, we are calling as income from other sources. So here, suppose a doctor is having his clinic and is working as a government employee and is receiving some income, such we are calling as an income from salary, and is having his own clinic, such we are calling as income from profession. Sometimes they will visit some places, and such incomes we are calling here the income from other sources. So like such, if any income which is not falling under income from salary, income from house property, and profit from gains from business or profession or capital gain, and such income is going to be fall under income from other sources, and such we are calling as the residuary head. So here some incomes we are calling as an income from other sources, like any casual income, or they are getting from the lotteries, betting, horse races, and crossword puzzles, and interest on securities, commission, and we know the family pension, royalties, director fees, subletting of the house, tuition income. And for example, a lecturer is going for the spot valuation and is going to the university and is going to make the spot valuation of the answer scripts. And such, if we receive any income, such income also we are calling as an income from other sources. Sometimes they will go for an observer duties to conduct the examinations. And other than the salary, what they are receiving from the university, and such remuneration we are calling as an income from other sources. And received the trademarks and copyrights and cash in kinds of excess of the gifts, and here the remuneration received by MPs and MLAs, such we are calling as and income from other sources. The remuneration received by MP and MLAs. And interest on the following securities will be included under this head. What are the securities issued by the central government, securities issued by the state government, securities issued by the local authorities, securities issued by the companies, by the public corporations. And here we know the types of securities. So here some incomes like royalties received, director fees, and agriculture income from a foreign lands, rent from the lands, and commission received. Such incomes also we are calling as income from other sources. Next we are having the types of securities. So here the securities are divided into three types as we know earlier. One we are calling as less tax securities, are securities exempted from tax, and tax-free securities. And again, this uh, tax-free securities are divided into two types. One we are calling as a government and commercial. Again, the commercial is divided into listed in stock exchange and unlisted in stock exchange. And less tax also divided into two types. One we are calling as a government, another one is a commercial. And again, it is again divided into listed in stock exchange and unlisted in stock exchange. See here, the types of securities. Interest on securities is divided into three types. One we are calling as less tax securities, securities exempted from tax, and tax-free securities. So less tax also divided here, government and commercial. And again here, we are calling here listed and unlisted. And here also tax-free securities are divided into government and commercial. And these we are going to make, and we know the tax-free government securities, we are going to make the gross up, and tax-free commercial, listed and unlisted, we are going to make the net interest, and we are going to under divided by 90. We are going to make two steps. Which one? Tax-free commercial, listed and unlisted. Once again, listen here. Tax-free government securities, only step one, only single step we are going to make, and tax-free commercial, listed and unlisted, we are going to make the two steps. First, we are going to calculate the gross interest, then we will find the net interest into 100 by 90. And then less tax government, only one step, we are going to calculate. Less tax commercial, listed and unlisted, that also we are going to make always one step. Please remember these points. And here, the securities exempted from tax. So here, the tax securities is investment in which income proceeds from the dealers, federal, state, and the local taxes. Most tax attempt securities income from municipal bonds, which are responding to obligation of municipality. And here we are having like 12 years national plan saving certificates and treasury saving deposit certificates, post office cash certificates, NRI bonds issued by the state government of India, and 10.5% tax-free bonds issued by UDCO. What is meant by UDCO here? Housing Urban Corporation Development. And next, 9.25% free bonds issued by the Rural Electrification Corporation, and then 10.25% securities redeemable by non-convertible tax-free bonds issued by the National Hydroelectrical Power Corporation Limited, 8% tax-free bonds of India Infrastructure Fund Company Limited, Post Office National Saving Certificates, and National Plan Certificates. And next, here the interest payable by the public company registered in with the main object providing by the finance purpose, and tax-free Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation bonds or Nagpur Municipal Corporation bonds, and interest bonds issued by the local authorities and pooled by the finance notified the central government. And here 8% tax-free bonds of India Finance Company Limited, and securities of redeemable and non-convertible railway bonds issued by the Indian Railway Finance Corporation. Once again, listen here. These we are calling as securities exempted from tax. What is the meaning of this? There is no tax on these securities. Tax due on these securities is fully exempted from the tax, and such interest received by the assessee will not included under the total income. It means that there is no tax on these securities. It cannot be added into the total income. Such securities we are calling here the securities exempted from the tax. What are they? Once again, listen here. 12 years National Plan Saving Annuity Certificates, Treasury Saving deposit certificates, post office cash certificates, national plan certificates, national plan savings certificates, post office savings banks accounts, and post office cumulative terms deposits, scheme fixed deposit governed by the government savings certificates, scheme fixed by the government by post office, NRI bonds, and 10.5% tax-free bonds issued by UDCO, and 9.25 bonds issued by the Rural Electrification Corporation, and 10.5% redeemable non-convertible tax-free bonds issued by the National Hydroelectric Hydroelectric Power Corporation Limited, and interest payable by the public company registered in Indian and providing an interest is gold deposit bonds issued by the Gold Deposit Scheme 1995 notified by the central government, and tax-free Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation bonds and Nagpur Municipal Corporation bonds, and interest bonds issued by the local authorities and finance entity by the notified by the central government, and 8% tax-free bonds by the Indian Infrastructure Finance Company Limited, and securities of redeemable and non-convertible bonds issued by the Indian Railway Finance Corporation. And these are we are calling as the securities exempted from tax. Next, we are having tax-free securities. So here, the tax-free securities, what we are going to make, the gross interest into face value into rate by 100. So these are going to be calculated in the two steps, either it may be a commercial, listed and unlisted. So the tax payable by the holder of these securities paid by the securities issuing by the tax-free commercial securities. And these are issued by the government companies. The gross interest will be included in the total income. So here, the nature of security, tax-free government security is going to be crossed up. Tax-free commercial listed into 100 by two steps, and less tax always one step. So here, less tax securities. What is meant by less tax securities? So here, of the total interest due to the security holder, the tax is deducted from the issuing authority. The interest is received and issuing interest seem to be grossed up and to be included in the total income. These securities can be both by the government or commercial. Always we are going to calculate one step. How many steps? One step. That is the less tax securities. Either it may be a commercial, listed and unlisted, or government. Always we are doing with only one step. What is that step? Face value into rate by 100. So these are the securities held by the tax deducted by the issuing authority, and interest same by the grossed up. The securities can be issued by the both government and commercial authorities. Either it may be listed and unlisted or government. Whenever we get the less tax, always we are doing one step. Once again remember, so here the tax-free government one step, tax-free commercial listed and unlisted two steps, and less tax government one step, less tax commercial listed and unlisted one step. While doing these sums, we have to keep in mind. And coming to the deductions from the expenses from the dividend income. So here we are going to deduct section 57.1 and section 57.3. So here the following expenses we claimed under the deduction of the dividends from the securities. So here first we are going to deduct the collection charges. Any reasonable sum paid by the way of communeration and remuneration to a banker or any other purpose relating the dividend. So in the problem is going to give the collection charges. Either he may give some 1% or he may give some percentage on the gross total income. So according to the question, we need to calculate and we need to make the collection charges. Sometimes he may give 0.5% or he may give 1% of the gross income, interest on income received. So according to the question, we need to calculate and we need to calculate this collection charges, and we are going to deduct. We are going to write in the, after making the calculation, we are going to write in the inner column. And next, interest on loan. So interest on money borrowed for purchasing the shares can be claimed as a deduction. The interest can be claimed even if the income is earned by way of dividend. In such shares, it has been held by the Supreme Court that expenditure has been laid for the purpose and is earned. Interest on deduction upon this interest also is going to be deducted. So this we know, the interest on loan. Sometimes he is going to say, so these are the some 50,000 from securities we have purchased, some X company or Y company. Sometimes is going to give this interest on loan, and according to that we are going to calculate. While we are writing in the format, we are going to calculate always for 6 months, but when we are giving the deduction, actually how many months he has taken, that interest we have to calculate. and that we are going to write in the inner column, that we are going to deduct while we are doing the deductions under section 57.1 collection charges, 57.3 interest on loan. These are the two we are going to deduct from the gross interest from income securities. And any other expenditure has been notified, the capital nature expenditure exclusively the making of the earning such income can be claimed as a deduction. And here the deduction from the expenses securities, section 57. So here the following expenses. So here there are some securities like following expenses can be claimed as a deduction. The dividend received from the domestic companies, interest on securities, and interest on money borrowing purchasing securities. So these are the capital nature. We are going to deduct the interest. So here once again listen, while we are writing in the format, always we are going to calculate and an average 6 months we need to calculate. But when we are giving the interest, the deduction will be calculated. The actual months is going to be calculated according to the sums. Next class we are going to discuss the sums in detail. So here the deductions and expenses from the letting of from the machinery and plant in nature. So these we are going to discuss under the part 2 problems. But while we are discussing the theory, we'll do once. So here whenever he is going to give some repairs and buildings and plant and machinery and etc. for the particular expenditure he is going to give. So in that income is going to give some by letting the plant we got some income, suppose 50,000 we got, and he's going to give some repairs 2,000, and like other expenditure is going to give. If any expenditure, if he's given some 50,000 minus 2,000 we need to deduct, or sometimes if say municipal taxes paid, that also we are going to deduct. So like the repairs of the building, insurance premium building, repairs of machinery and insurance machinery are we are going to deduct. So these we are going to deduct under the 57. So now see the format while calculating the computation of in the part 1. So here the computation of Mr. So and so we are going to write the interest on income from securities under the head income from other sources for the assessment year 2019 to 20 we are going to write the heading. So here interest on tax free government securities, once again listen here, the tax free government securities always one step, and interest on tax-free commercial securities either it may be a listed or unlisted always 2 steps, and here interest on less tax government securities 1 step, and interest on less tax commercial 1 step, and interest on less tax commercial listed and unlisted always 1 step. Once again remember these points while we are calculating the sums. We are going to write in the format. We are going to calculate. First step will be done. So here, while calculating the tax-free government, 1 step, tax-free commercial, listed and unlisted, 2 steps, and less tax government, 1 step, less tax commercial, listed and unlisted, always we are doing 1 step. And afterwards, we are getting what we are getting, gross income from interest on securities. By writing all the interest by calculating step 1 and step 2, we are going to write here in the format. Then we are getting the gross income from interest on securities. We are going to make the total. And then what we are doing, we are going to deduct the 57 deductions. So here is going to give the question, the collection charges. Just now I said, in some problems you will say 1% on this gross total income, 1.5% on gross total income, or 0.5% on gross total income. So according to the question, if he gives like that, we are going to calculate this percentage on this amount, we will write here. Or else sometimes he will say directly 1200 or 1300 is the collection charge. That we are going to write directly here. Then we are going to calculate interest paid on loan taken to purchase the securities. Sometimes he will say to purchase the interest we are purchasing from X company securities, and we purchased 50,000 with the interest of 8% from January to, like that is going to be. So till March is going to be 3 months. So that percentage we are going to calculate the 50,000 into 8% into for 3 months, 3 by 12, such we are going to calculate, and such amount we are going to write here. And by adding this both, that amount we will write here. And from this gross income, we will deduct these deductions. Then we are getting income from interest on securities under part 1. So we have to do the calculation like this. And next, coming to the next session, also we'll discuss once again this winning from lotteries, crossword puzzles, and includes horse races. And these we are going to calculate, we know very well, 30%. So we know how we are going to calculate 100 minus tax rate divided by 100. So that's why 100 minus 30, you're getting here 100 by 70 we are going to calculate when we is giving the gross stuff, because it's going to be calculated by 30%, and that's why we have to deduct 100 minus 30. Okay, you are writing here. And how we are writing the securities, 10% is the tax rate, 100 by 90 how you wrote. Here also you are going to write 100 by 70. Why? Because 70 we got 100 by 100 minus tax rate. That is 100 by 100 minus 30. You are getting 100 by 70 here. So once again listen here. Income from other sources, any income which is not falling under the four heads, like income from salary, income from house property, profits and gains from business or profession, or capital gains. That income is going to fall under income from other sources. This is also we are calling as a residuary head. For example, interest on securities, or for example, Mr. Suresh is working in X college and is receiving the remuneration for his contract. What is that? Agreed for monthly wise. So that amount what is receiving from his owner to the servant, or the employer to an employee, based on an agreement, they are receiving the salary, and such ex college salary what is receiving we are calling as an income from salary. Suppose Mr. Suresh is working in Z college as a part-time lecturer. If he receive any income from that college or for that work, that we are calling as an income from other sources. Similarly, Mr. Suresh is going for the spot valuation to evaluate your answer script. So, such if we receive any income from the university, such will fall under the income from other sources. Similarly, suppose X is let out his house to Mr. Y, and X will receive some amount from the Y. Such we are calling as rent received. So here we are calling under income from house property. But Mr. Y is given his some room, excess room as given sublet. If you receive any income from the sublet, such we are calling as an income from other sources. So similarly, so here, suppose a doctor is working as a government employee, and from the government, what is receiving we are calling as an income from salary. Suppose the doctor is having a clinic and is giving his prescriptions there and is receiving some amount, such we are calling as income from profession. Suppose the same doctor sometimes is going to visit, suppose some special cases, they will invite these doctors and they will give the prescriptions and some ceremonies. So in such income they're receiving as an honorarium, such we are calling here the income from other sources. So here, like these are the examples from income from other sources. Like they are receiving the income from gambling, betting on horse races, crossword puzzles, and any other cash incomes, going for any TV shows, game shows, etc. Like on burning a covered for etc. So interest and securities, the interest on securities, family pension and royalties, director fees, subletting the house, dividends, tuition income, is now I said, and annuity received by the trademarks and copyrights, and gifts received any cash in kind excess of 50 lakhs, and the forfeited advance amount, transfer of capital amount, the remuneration received by the MPs and MLAs, and all these comes under the income from other sources. So like here, the interest on the following securities also will be included under the income from other sources, like securities issued by the central government, issued by the government and local authorities, limited companies, and public corporations. So here there are the types of securities. These are divided into three types. Once again, these are this less tax securities, securities exempted from tax, and tax-free securities. So here the less tax securities again divided into two types. One is a government and commercial. Tax-free also divided into government and commercial. Here always remember the tax-free government one step, tax-free, commercial, listed and unlisted, two steps. Step 1, gross interest. Step 2, net interest. After getting gross interest, we are calculating net interest into 100 by 90. So next we are going to calculate the less tax government one step, less tax commercial listed and unlisted one step. These are the points remember while doing the sums. And here we are going to do like we have to know these are if you get these are the securities exempted from tax. In the working notes we have written already for our sums. Just go through that and next session we are going to discuss like these are the keep in mind the securities exempted from tax. If you get this you have to write simply in the working note these are exempted from the tax, right? 12 years national plan saving certificates, treasury saving deposit certificates, post office cash certificates, NRI bonds 10.5% issued by the UDCO and 9.25% Rural Electrification Corporation, 10.25% redeemable non-convertible bonds issued by the National Hydroelectric Power Corporation Limited, 8% tax-free bonds of Infrastructure Company Limited, Post Office National Savings Certificates, National Plan Certificates. Like these are majorly is going to come while we are doing the sums. And all these, if you getting, you have to write, these are the securities exempted from the tax. And next we learn the tax-free securities. The tax-free securities again we are going to make. Just now I said two steps. For tax-free government is one step. Tax-free commercial listed and unlisted two steps you have to make. So here the less tax securities, the securities authorities they receive from the interest, and either it may be a government security or it may be a commercial listed and unlisted. In all the cases, you have to do only the gross interest. How we are going to gross interest? Face value into rate by 100. Face value into rate by 100. So these are the deductions you have to make. One we are calling as collection charges, another one we are calling as an interest on loan. Remember here, after adding that, we are getting the gross income from interest on securities, and from that you are going to deduct the collection charges. In some problems, it is going to give some percentage, or else it may give some 1300 or 1400, and that amount we are going to write in the inner column. Then we will add interest on loan to purchase particular securities. He has taken the loan for this much percentage, and this many months he is going to give the duration, how many months he has given. But while we are writing the income, the above the gross income from interest on securities and an average, we have to calculate for 6 months. But while we are giving the deduction, actually months, how many months he has taken, that interest we have to calculate, and that we are going to write in the inner column. Both will be added, and that will be deducted from the gross income from interest on securities. So like this, once again see the format. So here we are going to write computation of Mr. So and so income from interest on securities under the head income from other sources for the assessment year 2019 to 20 we are going to write here. So interest on tax free government securities, once again listen here, interest on tax free government securities, how many steps? One step you have to calculate. Suppose if we give 50,000 10%, so 50,000 into 10% we are going to calculate that amount we are going to write here. And interest on tax-free commercial securities, either it may be listed or unlisted. In both the cases, you need to calculate two steps. First step, we are going to calculate face value into rate by 100.